Subscribe to our channel. Go on, I dare. Hey guys, it's the Torrent this podcast. I am Dando, and today my guest is a woman who is well known for her ARIA award-winning days back in the 90s. However, she's recently released a new self-titled album which features the new single Silent War, and she is set to kick off a national tour this weekend. She is none other than Monique Brumby. Monique, how are we doing?
Hi, Dando. I'm well, thanks.
Now, this weekend you're kicking off a national tour. All set to go,
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah, just down in Launceston at the moment.
Okay.
And, we've been going around to all the music shops today, looking at what's on offer.
Mm-hmm. Anything
and
good?
There's some good things. A few good second-hand music stores, and in one of them we got a really good recipe for a pizza base, which
Ooh.
was excellent, unexpected, but kind of quirky and good.
What is the secret recipe for a pizza base?
You use, what is it, live yeast? No, real? Oh, she's asleep. My colleague got all the info. I was sort of half listening while I was looking at guitar pedals, but there's apparently a really good recipe by who, Sophie? A really good recipe for your pizza base? Justine who? Justine from MasterChef. And apparently it's online if anyone wants a really good pizza base.
Justine
recipe.
MasterChef.
Yeah, yep.
I don't watch the show, do you?
Not often.
Your publicist, the very sexy Emily, she was on one of those shows. What My Kitchen
Emily.
Rules.
Yes, and I don't know, I think I might have seen her on there once, but I didn't know her from that show.
Yeah.
But then she looked familiar when I met her, so I'd
She's a
obviously seen
glorious publicist, so it's no wonder you have her.
She's glorious. She's a very lovely lady, and she's really pretty.
I filmed her wedding.
Did you?
I did. Very lucky man.
Oh, how beautiful. I bet the wedding was amazing.
Oh, it was like the most fun. We're talking about Emily's wedding. This is hilarious. It was the most fun wedding I've ever been to. I've only ever filmed one, but like I've been to weddings, and it was like they weren't taking the piss, but it was just like two friends just having a good time. It was great.
That's so nice.
Speaking of, do you want to know a fun fact about Launceston?
I do.
I proposed to my wife there.
Did you?
I did.
In the whereabouts?
Oh, I'm not gonna. That's embarrassing. Where we actually did it. What happened was
Was
right.
it outside the monkey enclosure?
No, it's even worse than that. Okay, long story short, I
Yeah.
knew I was going to propose to my wife on our trip to Launceston that weekend. We just went for the weekend,
Aw.
but I couldn't find a good time to do it. And I wanted to do it on that Saturday, and it was like late at night, and we were on this ghost tour. And I'm thinking, shit, I need to get this done because and I wanted it filmed as well because she's from England and all her family are over in England.
Oh
So
my God.
yeah, so we were on this ghost tour thing, and then a shooting star went over. So I was like, screw it, here, hold my phone, film this for me, please, to some stranger, and they filmed me proposing to Nicola.
Oh, that's so beautiful. When was that?
So it was in May 2012, and then we got married early. Yeah, we got married in February last year.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
My wife proposed to me at the Hobart Botanical Gardens.
Oh wow, so something about Tasmania.
Must be.
Well, let's go into detail. How did she propose to you?
We were having a picnic, and she said, "Oh, can you get something out of the picnic basket?" And I did. And when I came back, there was a little ring box sitting there on the picnic rug. And I picked it up and was like, oh.
What goes through your mind? See, people have always said to me, what would happen if she had said no? But I didn't even think of that.
No, I was just really exhilarated and excited and happy.
Yeah, as you would be.
Yeah. And then it was nice because we had a picnic, so that was really good. We had some champagne, and so it was really lovely actually. And we're both originally from Tassie, so we were just back on at Christmas to see our families. And, it was a lovely, lovely day.
It's actually a really
I'm sure yours was.
Oh, it was not as good as yours by the sounds of it. I didn't get a picnic.
No,
I got a ghost tour.
It sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good.
On the topic of that, of marriage and stuff, let's talk about Silent War, because that's what the song's about, yeah?
Yeah, it's about, marriage equality and my views on that, I think that, same-sex couples should be recognised as a married couple here in Australia. And, about time the law changed and, Australia kind of got with it.
In your honest opinion, how long do you think it's going to be?
Well, it's not going to happen while Abbott's around.
Definitely not.
So, yeah, hopefully with a change of government, we can have a breath of fresh air. But, it's really weird because I went and I had some friends buy me a massage the other day, and they just gave me this voucher and said, "Here you go, Mon." I was like, "Oh, my God, this is great. Thank you so much." So I just don't do those types of things for myself. And I went along, and you had to fill out a form, and you had to tick, boxes. Do you feel happy, stressed, blah, blah. And I wrote, anxiety. I've been suffering a bit of anxiety. When I spoke to the masseuse, they sort of have a consultation with you before they start massaging. And she said, it's unbelievable the levels of anxiety and depression around at the moment. She said almost everyone, ticks the box for depression and writes that they're feeling anxious and have anxiety. And I thought, that's really interesting. Is that a sign of where we are? Maybe people are feeling a lot of uncertainty at the moment about, the Australian government, how we're being represented. People are probably worried about how they're going to afford to live. Living expenses are really high now, and a lot of people, can't find work, and if they try to do something, they feel like they're not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a reflection of government or if it's just a reflection of the times, but I think it's an interesting time that we're living in. It's sort of industry it's so high pressure, and people that are working in office jobs or in any sort of job feel a lot of pressure. People working in hospitals and people doing construction. So I think, people are working hard and long hours now, and I think that, it is important to find that time to relax and take time out.
Funny you bring that up because, see, I work at Ford full-time, and they're getting rid of 30% of workers next week, so I'm up shit creek.
Where do you work?
At Ford, the cars.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is it. Well, I was talking about that today. And, now if you buy a car, well, you don't know where it's made. It's like guitars, Fenders, they're not all made in the US. You might be getting a Chinese rip-off and it's the same with people losing their jobs. Ford's a big one. There's lots of, and I don't understand this about Australia. We have so many natural resources here, and we just haven't put the time or the effort into infrastructure around, developing our own industries, other than, mining, which is huge. But, the government didn't help Ford out, did they?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I remember the only thing, when I was a kid, the only thing made in China were the toys and Happy Meals.
Yeah, I know. And now it's pretty much everything. And I must admit, my wife does shop online, and she does buy a lot of cat T-shirts from China. Every other day, there's a bing bong at the door, and she's been on there again buying another something from China.
Yeah.
My grandmother, she's turning 90 this year, and she's very much of the school of thought of, all this, she goes to the supermarket in her local shops, and it's all coming from China. And the reality is, a lot of it does, and it gets frozen, and then we get fed it. And look at the land we have in Australia, and the local industry, and I don't think we support local industry enough. And I think, this is why, like cottage industries, in Tasmania, wineries and olive groves and walnut farms and these types of industries, I really love, and I think that they are sort of the heart and soul of the Australia that I hope that we can build and also, work in. There's so much work to be done with reconciliation with Aboriginal people as well, and I worked a lot in the desert last year, and
okay.
I'm jumping all over the place here, but these things they're really important, and the magnitude of the lack of understanding that I think broad spectrum of people in Australia have about integration and about Aboriginal culture, rather than Abbott putting bloody priests or, whoever they are, the brethren, who are they, in schools, chaplains. let's get some Aboriginal elders into schools to talk about the original traditional people of this land, and I just think that things are a little bit backward at the moment in the government and the way that they view things.
Do you think that's a generation thing though? Because there's still people, say my parents' age, who are just very racist against Aboriginals.
Well, I think I've noticed it with my grandmother. She is, but and she doesn't mean to be. It's a weird thing. She doesn't know that she is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that what you're? But my parents are very open-minded and very accepting of different. I do think as the generation's gone, it's the same with acceptance, I suppose, of diversity, same-sex marriage and all that. It's interesting because I think unless people experience it, they don't really get it. Like my grandmother, she would probably have never in her wildest dreams thought that she'd be attending the wedding of her granddaughter who was marrying a woman.
Yeah.
But she did, and she was so supportive, So I think people's opinions can be changed on things if they experience things firsthand.
Yeah.
And if they have, if you've got gay friends or brothers or sisters or, relatives or people in your social circles that are good people that you get along well with, I just don't think you can define people by, their religion, their race, sexuality.
Well, I grew up with two gay uncles, and my wife's brother is gay, so it's never been anything different to me.
You're just surrounded by gay.
Apparently so.
It's funny. Emily and Fiona contacted me with can you sign up to this what is it called, Gay Now, or some web thing, and I wrote the message back going, yep, okay, I've registered with them. Now what do I do? Like, start shouting, I'm the only gay in the village from what do I, and they laughed.
Yeah,
like, oh, that's funny. It's something that, look, I don't want to have to talk about my sexuality all the time, but fucking other people do.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just like, okay, well, if people want to talk about it or people are going to gossip about it, which they have for 20 years, I mean, I didn't have to come out. Everyone just knew in the music industry. They knew more about me than I did, I decided with this that, no, I'm not actually going to hide anymore, and I'm going to just... Silent War is about the inner turmoil and struggles that people who feel different to the norm go through, and it's about just saying, look, it's liberating, putting it out there. Not afraid to talk about these things, not afraid to express these opinions and say, this is me, these are my thoughts and feelings, and this is who I am.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? Because, like, sorry for interrupting, I work in a factory mentality, bloke's world. And recently last year, one of the workers came out and he was gay. And it was just amazing to see the way people changed the way they spoke and interacted with him. I couldn't believe it.
In what way?
Bad. Okay. I'd say the majority were fine, but there was a handful of people and it was mostly the older European guys, without trying to be like racist or anything, who just did not want to have anything to do with him anymore. Yeah,
right. See, there's these, some people's views are very traditional, and it's difficult. It is. And look, I've got my guitarist Nick. He works in a very male, sort of blokey environment. It's a guitar repairer, and it's a warehouse kind of thing. And these two guys were talking about porn stars the other day, like in an office with women in there, going, oh, yeah, she's hot. Oh, no, she's not. Oh, have you seen her? Oh, have you seen her in this film? Blah. And it's just like you said, they had no awareness of people just being completely grossed out by them and offended by them, not just the women, but, liberal-minded guys, So I think it's important to not to stereotype, even like what straight guys think, because, everyone's different.
Yeah, exactly right.
But, I mean, some things are very cultural and, like it's really hard for my parents to accept my sexuality,
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is 20 years ago when I came out. So, it was a different time. I mean, they never thought about anything like that,
Yeah.
They grew up in Tassie and they didn't have friends that they knew who were openly gay. If you were gay, you probably would be, but it wasn't talked about,
Mm-hmm.
And it's very different now. People are talking about all sorts of things all the time online, probably too much.
Well,
You know.
well, the single song. We'll go back to the single. It's a pretty
Oh,
like it's a pretty topical thing to sing about, like especially these days. Do you compare yourself now, like as a songwriter, writing about stuff like that, compared to like "Fall for You" back in the day?
yeah. Look, it's interesting, isn't it? Because they're both love songs, but
Yeah,
I just write about stuff that I'm thinking about, that I'm tapping into. Every song's different. I mean, look, some songs just I don't even know where they come from. Like there's a song on there, Quicksilver, and the lyric just Quicksilver radiate the sun, and I'm like, wow, what actually is Quicksilver? I know it's a surfing brand,
yeah.
but is it something else? And I found it liquid mercury, and I thought it's really cool. Like that's totally awesome.
I've never actually thought about it.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is the thing, and music songwriting for me takes me to all these different places, and I like doing a lot of like research around word meanings and things like that, and injecting that into the production side of things. So,
Yeah.
and I'm really hands on with software and engineering as well. I studied sound, and I really like that side of. I love making records. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. I gotta admit, I was on your Facebook page this morning, just checking you
Oh
out,
no!
and I saw something which really made me feel sorry for you.
Oh, what?
You're a Bomber supporter.
Well, it's all come out tonight. Have
Oh,
you seen?
they are up shit creek big time now.
Well, they're going to taking Asada to court, aren't they? They're fighting it.
Yeah, was it 34 players or something?
34, but they're going. We're actually going to fight you on this, and you've acted illegally. They've said that they shouldn't have been working in conjunction with the AFL or something. Look, who knows? It's just so bad. It's been shit as a Bomber supporter. I've hated every second of it.
Yeah.
And now Joe Watson's injured. Who do you go for?
Have one guess.
Oh, fucking Collingwood?
No, I'm not.
Carlton.
Don't you dare ever bring that up again. No, actually, and that's not a team that's...
Hawthorn.
You stole our coach.
Oh, Geelong.
Yes, I'm based in
Oh,
Geelong.
he was a Bombers player. Come on.
No, you stole him. He lied. He lied. He said
was
I'm too.
ours first.
He said I'm too tired from coaching. Can you let me out of my contract? They did, and he pissed off the Essendon.
Yeah, but you know what? He still is too tired. Have you seen him in interviews? He's pretty funny.
God, he always looks tired. He looked tired in 1990.
He does. He looks like a basset hound, doesn't he?
Oh, he really does.
Look, you've got to admit, though, he's very likeable.
Oh yeah, he seems like
He's a very likeable. I liked him when he coached Geelong. I mean, he's a likeable person.
Yeah. It seems like he's taking the piss out of the journalists, which I love.
I love that too.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Um,
and Geelong, look, I know Stevie Motlop.
Pardon?
I know Stevie.
You
Motlop.
know him?
Yeah, he's I work in some stuff in the city, and some of the Geelong boys come in there, and Stevie was like, I got hooked up through a friend of mine. He wanted to do some songwriting, and he had some songs, and I met him in the city, and he played me some of his songs, and he's gorgeous.
Do you know he is literally my favourite player? No shit.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes, and I'm trying to get him to film an acoustic thing for my website.
Well, I can totally help you out with that.
That would be glorious.
Yeah. I can totally try and hook that up for you.
That would be amazing. He's literally my favourite player.
Really? I love him too. He's awesome. All right, well, look, once we have this interview, I'll let's just keep in touch, and I'll see if I'll talk to Stevie and see if we can hook it up.
That would be amazing. I thank you for that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Let's plug your pledge campaign too while we're at it.
Oh, that'd be good.
So what how much we got you at? What, 30% at the moment, is it, or just over?
That we've raised.
Yeah.
It's at 48. I
Cool.
think last time I looked. Yeah. With about a month to go.
Yeah. How much are you asking for?
15 grand.
It's a lot of money, but it will come.
Look, I know it is. It is a lot, but freaking hell, it's expensive touring a band, you know, and paying for promotion.
Yeah. What annoys me though is when I see like new artists doing it, and I'm thinking, well, you haven't actually produced and go out and do the hard yards first, and then make people pay money.
Thing. Look, I didn't want to do one, and I shied away from doing anything like that because I freaking hate handouts. And then I I've got new management and, with M and Fee, and they're like, Mon, you really should do one because, your fans will want to support you and you've worked really hard. You have a lot of expenses and you actually giving stuff. People are buying stuff. You're not just going, give me money to do this. You're going, well, if you can get vinyl, you can get tour tees, you can get rarities and B-sides, you can get house parties. So I thought, well, that's kind of cool, so yeah, but it was I've kind of, I don't know, I've always been a bit too proud with things like that, but, pride and stupidity are sort of just on the other side of one another, I reckon, sometimes.
I've had a similar response from many musicians. They always say they didn't want to ask for money, but once they realise that they can give back, they're like, okay, we'll give it a go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's pretty much what it was like for me, but I did really spend a lot of time thinking about the things that people could buy and making them something, that was good value for money,
How much would a striptease cost from Monique Brumby?
God, oh no, you just wouldn't want that.
15?
No, I couldn't do it. I would be terrible. It'd be more like a comedy routine.
It'd be worth the money though. Try it, believe me.
I don't know about that.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners before I let you go?
No, but I've really opened up to you. I'm kind of like I've told you a lot of stuff. I'm pleased that we had this chat.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be a bad thing.
No, it was good. It's very relaxed. It's probably the most relaxed interview that I've had. Well, I felt sort of like I've met you before or something. But anyway, it's been really good.
Yeah, I just like to talk shit with people.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, look, come to the shows. The live shows are great, and we're playing all the new stuff and some old favourites. Bring your requests along. We've got a whole back catalogue of material that we can play, and yeah, we'd love to see you.
So if someone requests a striptease, they'll get one?
Yeah, you can put tongue in cheek.
Okay, yeah. Alrighty, well there you go guys. Make sure you get a copy of Monique's latest self-titled album. Features the new single Silent War. Check her out at one of her shows on the upcoming tour that kicks off this weekend. And for all the latest news and info, like her on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Monique Brumby. Once again, Monique, it's been a pleasure and good luck with the tour.
Thanks so much, Dando. Great to talk with you.
Same with you. Bye-bye.